sense.
Hey, you remember back then, Cheech, when like your friends would say, "Hey, I'll call you at home when to come over later."
Yeah.
And that was it. You didn't have
Yeah, that
no
was
cell
it.
phone.
Yeah. I can't believe that they change it all the time. That's what
Yeah,
pisses me off.
Yeah, they come out, okay, iPhone 6, then 7. Now they got an iPhone 12.
No, the
20.
platform that you go to, the email and how to get there and blah, 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 for why.
Yeah. It's all
It's a plot.
aliens.
I tell you, it's a plot.
It is a plot. Everything's an agenda, bro.
I know, man. It's
So how you been?
Antifa. Antifa's doing this.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, man.
It's ridiculous. We are in a crazy period right now.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm here with you. So what could be better?
Yeah, you know what? This is awesome, bro.
That's nice to see you.
The last time we talked on the phone, remember? We did the interview on
one
the
of
phone.
Those rotary phones?
Yeah, well, it was close.
Yeah, close.
I had the big mic here and then the phone right here like this.
It's always tough, you know.
Cheech, do you happen to have your coffee with you?
My copy?
Your coffee. Do you happen to have coffee with you?
Oh, I can get coffee.
Yeah, get some coffee. Yeah, why don't you join us?
Wait a minute. Let me send one of my operatives down to get it. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah. So that you know what that tells me, right?
What?
All right, I'm black.
All right, we were just looking at that. We were just looking at that skeleton, brother.
There we go. All right, I have Torreya Zion Italia coffee. Hey.
All right. Hey.
Thank you, very nice. Anyways, how you guys doing?
Good. How you been? I'm just gonna be. Yeah, how you been holding up through all this, brother?
Well, I'm not. Usually, we stay out in the desert. We have a place in the desert, and we've been there for the last maybe 5 months. That before coming in, and so every once in a while, we have to come into town to take care of my wife's mother, who's also Russian, speaks even less English, and get her, like Russian supplies, like Russian rice or porridge or whatever it is. So we're here now, but it's good. But we're on the desert, but I've been nice. The only thing that's been freaking me out, or I'm concerned about, is that if there's a break in the food chain. So we've been trying to come up with some solutions to it, and I think I figured it out. We're developing this line of high desert jackrabbit jerky. Yeah. It comes pre-flattened, and to ensure freshness from our shovel to your table.
Oh, wow. Where do we sign up?
You don't sign up.
Is that 18-wheeler flavor or what?
18, yeah. Well, now it comes in jalapeno flavor. And so you get the pre-flattened.
What does he haul?
It depends. Beans, hopefully. But you just put a jalapeno with a pre-flattened jackrabbit, and it has to be jackrabbit, and you just put the jalapeno, then you pre-flatten it again. It's fast food, just not fast enough.
Yeah, I know, right? All right. It depends, 50, 60 miles an hour, whatever.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Hey, that's faster than McDonald's.
Yeah, we live over here in Florida, but we're up in the country area of Brooksville and Spring Hill. And the only thing we see is like possum, armadillo, stuff like that. That's the only really, jerk. We can make jerky out of it. I don't know.
Yeah, that could be the crunchy style.
Yeah, on the half shell.
But we got jackrabbits all over, man, in the desert.
Wow.
I mean, they're big, So I thought, I wonder how they taste. Probably had to make jerky out of them, So, so we're working on that. But jalapeno flavor is going over really big,
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
It's time to get really creative.
I'm
whatever
thinking,
it takes. When people are hungry, they're gonna eat what they have to eat. You know what I'm saying?
When life hands you lemons, you make jerky.
That's right.
Lemon flavored jerky.
That is very true.
Okay. Well, I just did my jackrabbit jerky, so we got that handled.
Yeah, send us the logo.
Okay. Comes
We can help promote
pre-flattened.
it. We'll share with everyone.
You know, I'm thinking.
It should be a picture of a jackrabbit going like this.
You know, their eyes bug out when you flatten them.
I love the
It's really
concept.
good. You know?
Yeah. I can't wait to try it.
Oh, it's good,
So,
actually.
Well, tell us about your family, like where your family comes from, and where you were born, and
my family is all Mexicans, you know, man. It's from all my grandparents are Mexican from Tepic, Nayarit, Culiacan, Guaymas, and Tucson.
wow.
When Tucson was Mexico.
Yeah.
I was asking my grandmother when, you know, I was doing a report in school and wanted to know where everybody's from and blah blah blah. And so I went up to my grandmother and said, Nana, I'm supposed to do this report, and my mom says one thing and my dad says another. Were you born in the U.S. or Mexico? She goes, Tucson. I said, yeah, I thought so. And I started to walk away. She goes, Mexico. What? Well, I thought it was, you know, the senility kicking in. And so I said, well, now one more time. So you were born in Tucson or Mexico? She goes, Tucson, Mexico. She says, Tucson was Mexico, baboso. She was the prime example of she didn't cross the border crossed her. You know, so it was.
Wow.
But we're all Mexicans, you know. Except now the next strain, you know, I was married to a Swedish woman for a while, and we had 2 kids. We call them little sweeners, you know, they're across. Little Sweens. Half bean, half Swede, you know.
Wow.
But now I'm married to a Russian woman, and we're just happy as.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
awesome.
That's good.
That's great.
Yeah.
So who inspired you to become such a great actor and great comedian?
Necessity. you know, I was always a musician all my life. You know, from a very early age, I made my first record when I was 5. You know, singing little Mexican songs. A friend of my mother's had this little record company in the neighborhood, and it was like, they were direct to disc, you know. You recorded them, you could see them being recorded on this disc, and I was this little 5-year-old kid that could sing in tune, a squeaky little voice, you know, but I was a little cute little 5-year-old that could sing, Amorcito corazón, no tengo tentación, you know. And so from then on, I was always a musician, a singer primarily, but then a guitar player. And my wife's a professional musician. She's
wow.
She's just completing her doctorate in piano performance. She's a concert pianist.
Oh my God, that's nice.
And so we hear a lot of piano out there in the desert. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So who plays better guitar, you or Robert Rodriguez?
Robert's better. I mean, he's good. You know, he's good. I mean, because he learned from nothing, and so he's the host of Spotlight. Oh, hey, hi guys. You know, he's actually pretty good. You know, when because I knew him when he was just starting, wasn't even, you know, didn't know how to play. Now he can play pretty well. You know, I don't see he's better, but I play and sing at the same time, so that's.
Oh yeah, you can watch.
Yeah, that's hard to sing and play at the same time. That's hard. That's hard.
But I've done it since the beginning. But now I'm playing ukulele.
Oh.
What's that like?
It's like a littler instrument, little guitar.
Right, but I mean, to play it, what's that like?
It's really cool. Oh, gotcha. It's really good. It's really, I loved it because it's great for singing. You know, and you can really, I don't, you know, do, you know, like lead the ukulele on it, but no, I play it all the time, and I got a bunch of them, and because they're cheap, except for the expensive ones.
Yeah, that's true. You get them on Amazon?
No, you go to there's this store I go to now, and it's like a box car in downtown LA. It looks like a box car, and I don't know why, but they have them in this whole building. And you go in there, and it's just like chock full of ukuleles from floor to ceiling.
Wow. And you love guitars. You love guitars. How many guitars do you have?
I do not know. At this point, I don't know. Because whatever I write, if I'm going to write a movie or something, I always write and Cheech plays guitar, you know, and so the guitar companies send me guitars.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. That is so
Like,
cool.
you know?
Entrepreneurship.
I wasn't born every minute.
Yeah, just put your signature on. Okay, this one for 600,000.
Yeah, that's it. No, I got them all over, you know, and it's just I play every day, so that's the key.
That's awesome.
You got to play every day. It's like a
you
writer.
You got one on you right now?
Ah, yeah, I do. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Hold on. Let me just get this book over here.
Let's go get mine. No, it's not.
Har. Hope I don't spill coffee all over. As per your kit. Let go. Okay, where does that go? Okay, that goes there. Okay. All right. You can do this. All right. You there?
Yep.
Yes.
Here's the ukulele.
All right. Yay.
What was I learning the other day? I said I get these ukulele books, and they're like fake books for ukulele, and they have like 10,000 ukulele songs. So I'm learning all my favorites from my past.
Wow.
It's not unusual to have fun with anyone.
Wow.
It's not unusual to have fun. Da, 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 da. But if I ever, I don't even know the words, I just know the tune. So that's another one.
That was great. All right.
Hey, I'm a better ukulele player than Robert, so.
Yeah. Oh, by far.
Yeah. But I'm trying to learn how to play ukulele ranchero songs, you know. So, it's kind of like a sweet and sour salsa kind of deal.
Right, exactly.
Wow, that would be cool.
So who are some of your favorite Latino actors, and some who are your friends? Like Danny Trejo is one of your friends, correct?
Danny, he is.
Tell us about them.
Danny?
Yeah, like Danny or your other, any of them. What's it like working with them?
It's great, you know, because Danny, what was it, Desperado that he was in? The first one? And he had just recently gotten out of prison, you know, so it was interesting to work with him because he was from LA, and he knew all LA culture, but he couldn't be alone, you know, because that kind of freaked him out. So every time you opened your door when we're on location, you open the door, there'd be Danny. In the morning, hey, want to go for a walk? Want to go for a jog? Oh, okay. But he was really authentic. But he has a big tattoo on his chest, like that big, you know.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's the woman from the package of excellent tamales, you know.
Oh, wow.
Because I think that's the only thing they had to work from in prison, you know. Because we'll put one over there. Yeah, want some beans in there? Yeah, we'll put little beans. But he's really progressed. He's been in great movies, and is really a wonderful actor and authentic. You know, everybody.
Yeah.
I love him. Now, there's a lot of other guys. You know, I grew up with basically in the acting thing with Eddie Olmos and all those guys, you know, from the olden days, Danny Valdez.
Sure changed a lot though, right?
Yeah. Everybody's changed in history, like through history, through the industry.
The industry, yeah. I mean, it's much more open right now. I mean, you see Latinos in every show and every, you know, leads, and that's as the landscape broadens out, you know, there's 170 channels or whatever, the platforms are easier to access, and they get more people on. You don't get as many eyeballs as when you had 3 networks, and that's all you
Right.
had.
True.
You
That's
know,
true.
you go into some towns, they only got one channel. I mean, in the olden days, they had one channel. You know?
We've been to
And,
some of them.
Yeah. Usually have hay bales in the background. You know?
So
It's some of those.
tell us about any new projects you're working on, any movies or
Yeah,
things
movies.
coming up.
You know, I've been talking to Don Johnson lately about doing a kind of something with Nash Bridges. We don't know what it is yet. You know, kind of a we don't know if it's going to be a series or like a one-off or a movie or a backdoor pilot or quién sabe qué, pero. But I've been talking to him a lot, and then Tommy and I almost our documentary, our history is
Nice.
being finished. So,
that's going to be awesome.
Hopefully, we make it to the end. You know, and then they died. And then they were going to make this great movie, and then they died. But you know what I mean? Oh God, no! But and some of the What else? You know, I'm not really that kind of active because I don't want to sit in a trailer for the rest of my life. You know, kind of like, that's my idea of making movies. You know, can you sit in the trailer forever and you wait for them to call you, and you kind of go nuts. You know?
Oh my God!
That's how I got to be good in guitar.
Yeah.
One time, Don, we'd been working on Ash Business like 4 or 5 years. And long story short, and I was playing guitar one day, and he looks at me and says, "Wow, you've really gotten good." And so I says, "Well, you sit in the trailer for 4 years, see how good you get, man." but I'm writing right. I'm writing right now. I'm finishing a novella, which is like a little, and I love the form. I love the form because you can really stay focused on one kind of story. But it's called Hector, and it's a story of this little Chicano kid that grows up in LA during like the 60s and 70s, and he belongs to the world's smallest minority. He's a Mexican vegetarian, and not a lot of those, you know.
No.
And so it's his story, how he progresses and meets and goes out in the world.
Cool.
So it's very cool. I'm almost done.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
We hope so.
Can't wait.
Yeah. I want to get it animated too, but there's a documentary coming out on not like a Cheech and Chong's life story that we're working on right now.
That's gonna be good.
Because we started out in Vancouver in a strip bar.
Wow.
Yeah, it was Vancouver's first strip bar, and Tommy's family owned it. And so he had turned it into an improvisational theater, but with strippers, you know, so it was naked improv kind of deal. And I swear to God, and it was in the roughest part of town, right downtown Chinatown, Vancouver, and it was taking your life in your hands, going to work every day. But what I realized after a while, what we were doing was hippie burlesque. It was classic burlesque, strippers and comedians. That's how burlesque started out, you know.
That's true,
jokes and skits, and so. But we introduced improv acting, improv theater into this other genre, and it was cool. People didn't know what to think of it, you know, but they were fascinated. They didn't know what it was, but they were fascinated. So that's how we. Yeah, it was, you know.
Wow.
The guy, I mean, because it was really in the worst part of town, man. Imagine the worst part of any town you're in. That's where it was, and we started getting a little attention, you know, and there was words going out. Hey, these guys are doing something really crazy down there, and so the reviewer for the big paper in Vancouver, the Vancouver Sun, came down to check us out, and it's not that he didn't like us. He just. Well, it wasn't what he thought it was going to be. He thought it was going to be avant-garde theater. It was strippers and hippies, you know. But it took him 3 pages to describe it, you know. So I knew we were onto something, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What wandering eyes.
I see all my awards. I'm looking at the picture here. All my
Yeah.
awards in the
Yeah,
background.
you can see them.
I love it. I love
Me
it.
and me and
What
my
did you
guy
win the
there.
skeleton for?
What was the skeleton award for?
It's for almost dying, but not really.
Oh gosh.
No, it's a piece of art.
That must have been that action film you were in.
Yeah. You know, you can get hurt in films. I mean, I'm telling you, there's stuff that could happen, and you know,
Yeah.
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 But no, that's a piece I bought from a woman in Corpus Christi, Texas.
Oh.
That's how I got to put together this big Chicano collection of art, is because I travel, you know, every state all the time, well, for 50 years. And you get to find artists that would ordinarily not be found, you know, because they don't come to the big cities. So, but the upshot of that is I put this big collection together that we've been traveling the United States for a number of years, for maybe 20 years, maybe longer, maybe 30. But now we have been offered our own museum in Riverside, California.
Oh, that is so cool.
To house the collection. And it's a big collection. And it is like, you know, because I came to the end of this. I've been collecting for a number of years and traveling it. We did big tours all over the country. And what am I going to do with this? You know, it won't all fit under the bed, you know, because there's hundreds of pieces, you know. And so I was wondering, well, maybe I'll start giving away to some friendly museums, you know, but all of a sudden this offer came from this from the city of Riverside in California. I don't know.
Oh, nice.
Ever been there? It's a beautiful, beautiful city, old historic city. In the 1880s, it was the richest per capita city in the United States.
Wow.
Because of citrus. They grew citrus and valleys of oranges, grapefruits, lemons, lime.
Yeah.
And so they became very rich, small population. So they started commissioning all these classic buildings on the main street. And one of the buildings they commissioned was this beautiful modernism building.
Nice.
66,420 square feet. 420 being the operative number.
Wow.
And it was the town library, and they're building a new library now, kind of like a Jetsons library, you know, like all the new construction around the world has neon and it spins, you know, around. And so they had to repurpose this building. And so they had been down the road with like a children's museum or something, I don't know. Anyways, that all fell out. And just at the time I was doing a show there, a Chicano art show. It was a big hit, like 4 times bigger than any show they'd ever shown there. And the city manager got this bright idea. How about if we offer Cheech this building and to put the collection there? And it was like the house that came out of the air in The Wizard of Oz and landed. And it's a beautiful, beautiful building. And so we're in the process of doing that right now, and it will open in fall of 2021, next year.
Oh, I can't wait, man. So
we're really, really excited about it. The town is all behind it, and it's a perfect town to kind of illustrate the point of coming together of cultures and peoples, and because it is a town that has historically been 52% Chicano, 48% white. Wow. And they get along forever, you know. So this is an illustration of how this can work at, and it's I'm just so excited. I can't believe it, you know. It's just
and your art. Do you have enough room for the art in that building? For all your stuff?
66,420 square feet.
You could probably move there too.
I hope there's a lot of wall space.
Pardon?
I hope there's a lot of wall space.
That's room for a house in there.
That's
too.
Wall space for everything. I like that it's 420. You know, 420.
420.
420. It was meant to happen. It was supposed to.
What time is it?
What time is 420? But it's a beautiful. I don't know if you ever heard of the Mission Inn, in it's a very old. It's a National Historic Monument. and it's this old hotel, a beautiful hotel that 12 presidents have stayed in, and it's right next door.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
So so come down and visit us because it's
Yeah,
a cool place.
definitely.
Yeah, I think so.
So we're working on that, and it's great. It's just I think if you stand still, things happen to you.
Yeah, that's true.
The truth. That's
Good things come to those who wait.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's been my mantra whenever. Well, why did you put it here, or why is that? It's just because it was supposed to happen. And
That's
everybody
right.
goes, yeah, that's right. It's supposed to happen. And then everybody's on that trip. We've been getting support from the city. We're in partnership with the city.
Nice.
Support from the state.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's going to be nice.
They just gave us $12 million.
Well, that's perfect.
No shit. Yeah. And the towns are the fundraising has been going really good. The program.
Nice.
Robert Rodriguez, speaking of Robert Rodriguez, I've recruited him to be head of the film department there.
Oh, nice.
And he's going to start a program that will be ongoing in film. He's going to take, he got invited to the Cannes Film Festival this year during their director's fortnight program.
Wow.
And he had this program that he put together, how to make a film with $7,000.
Yeah.
Because his first film cost $7,000. Because the key to it was he did everything. He wrote it, directed it, acted in it, was the caterer, he pulled table, everything. So he's teaching the people who take this course how to do that, how to do every single job. And and that's really helpful going forward. Because when something's not going right or somebody's not doing their job or doing it really well, because you know how it should go, so it's really, really cool. And we're getting sponsors for that. And eventually, I would like to start a lowrider museum as part of this, because that's a true American Chicano art form.
That's right.
All over the world.
Wow.
So that's cool. So we're gonna.
That is awesome.
There's a lot going on, man.
Yeah, when you guys let us know, and when you open, man, we'll definitely be promoting that.
And also we've just signed a deal to do Cheech and Chong dispensaries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So look for and find. I think we're going to replace Walmart now.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big deal.
What you going to call it?
Cheech and Chong's dispensaries.
That's perfect.
Yeah. And they'll be all over.
Oh, you got that from CNC? Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Guaranteed to be fresh.
Yes, there you go.
Pre-pressed.
So talking about that, what you've been in a lot of really great films, and tell us about like some of the funny moments that you've had, like filming, like during filming, something that happened spontaneously or on the set.
Spontaneously. Hey.
More calculated.
Our first film, Up in Smoke, basically was improvised, because that's how we worked all the time. We were improvisational theater comedians.
Wow.
And so that's how we worked. We had a kind of, okay, this song has 3 chords and it goes like this, and then you improvise the rest. So that's what we came up with. When we made all the records, same thing. You're this guy and I'm this guy, and this is the situation, go. And that's how we recorded it. And then we did the same for films. And so we're going to continue that thing. And so everything that you see happen in films happened kind of spontaneously. It was a conversation at lunch. Okay, let's film that right after lunch.
Wow.
Then the only way we were able to do that is because that's all we did all the time.
Yeah.
It was just me and Tommy having a conversation, because we were together 24 hours a day, because we toured forever.
Yeah.
Wow.
Some days, there was a year we did 320 dates.
Whoa.
And we did that for a lot of years.
Wow.
I only knew it was Thanksgiving is because we were in Chicago. we were in Chicago every Thanksgiving. Oh, it must be Thanksgiving. We're in Chicago, you know. But that's the only way, you know. It's like jazz musicians, you know. They know their instrument, so they can improvise all the time. That's what we did, and we still do.
That's cool.
No.
That's great. What was his favorite Cheech and Chong movie?
Yeah, which one out of all of them was your favorite?
I like Up in Smoke, you know, because it's like your first one. It's like your first love or something.
Yeah, first time.
And there's
You were a
stuff
virgin,
that,
right?
huh?
You were a virgin back then, right?
Yeah, we were. So, yeah. And
yeah,
that's true. And no, you know, but we were really confident in our ability to do that because that's all we had done every day for years and years and years. And so we, you know, that we didn't have a lot of camera technique. All we knew how to do is set the camera up and be funny in front of it.
Right.
You know, and that's
awesome.
one time when we were going through showing the first cut of Up in Smoke, and we were on the Paramount lot, and we were and Lou Adler, our producer, was showing it to a couple people, just, you know, and he showed it one time to Warren Beatty and Pauline Kael, who was the chief movie critic for the New Yorker. She was kind of the most famous movie critic, very kind of intellectual, and she loved it. You know, it was like everybody was like, these guys are nothing. But she loved. And then Warren Beatty, Tom and I were walking on the Paramount lot, and Warren Beatty pulls up, and we knew him from before, and he rolls down the window. He says, I just saw your movie, and says, you guys don't even know what you did. I said, well, thank you very much, Warren, and you're not as dumb as you look either, you know.
That was good.
You know, because we didn't know what we were doing. We just didn't do it the way that they did it.
Right.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But we knew what we were doing.
It was better that way, the way you guys did it.
Yeah,
definitely.
It was like, we didn't know like to do close-ups and stuff. I mean, really, that's what kind of, but we were funny in front of the camera, you know. So
yeah,
and it presented that as it was happening, you know, like it was just happening. That's the essence of improv.
Sure.
So
that's the best.
Even if I did 20 takes of the same scene, you know, you could still make it be fresh. So that's kind of the essence of our deal.
Cool.
See my Oscar? I got a Chicano.
Yeah.
I see it right there on your left.
Why don't you pick them up and put them close to
That's Oscar.
That is. No, it's from the.
Yeah. Wow.
It's not Oscar. It's Elsa. Elsa. It's an Elsa.
Elsa.
That's my mother's name.
Elsa, Oscar.
How heavy is that? You got two of them? Good Lord.
Hey, you know, and my Oscar is my dad's name.
Oh.
And Elsa is my mother's name. This is
That's
the
cool.
NCLR the Alma Awards.
All right. Oh, the Alma Award.
Those are awesome.
Yeah. That is the newest one, but there's an older one back here.
That's beautiful.
But she's too old. We don't want to. She doesn't.
Yeah, you might not want to handle her. She might.
Yeah. It's cool. What else I got? Stuff. I got a bunch of other stuff.
So how do you feel about the chaos that's going on and what's happening in this country? And
we want the soul of the country to be truly expressed. You know, because we are the first multicultural society ever. It was founded on that.
Yeah.
That idea, not in actuality.
Yeah.
But you know, monocultures never had this problem. Russia doesn't have this problem because they're a monoculture, which is nothing wrong with that. But this country was founded on being multicultural. Mm-hmm. We just have to have everybody adhere to the tenets of our society. So we will triumph if everybody gets out and expresses the real soul of this country.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Now for the important question.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Latino food, and do you love Cuban sandwiches?
I do actually like Cuban sandwiches.
Cool.
You know, I do like Cuban sandwiches. I eat them all the time. They're called Popeyes now.
You got a good imagination, man.
That big chicken
Yeah,
sandwich.
yeah, it's a chicken sandwich with a pickle in it, you know.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah.
You still like menudo?
I do. I do. I do. It's funny because out in the desert, they actually have a carniceria, you know, out there. It's just, and they make menudo, they make pozole. I make pozole all the time.
Oh, nice.
And so, you know, because I was a cook at one point in hotels. You know,
nice.
so I know how to do that. So I cook every day. You know, so for the family every day.
Nice.
Yeah,
wow,
so I cook a lot of different stuff, but you know, I finally figured out how to make really good machaca. You know, they have there's a dish ropa vieja.
Yeah.
Know, but
ropa
that's
vieja.
basic machaca in Mexican culture. It's machaca, but you have to braise the flank steak first because then it really softens and it comes out thread-like rather than.
Wow.
And this is like my grandmother's. I finally figured it out. You know? But I cook every day. So
nice.
It's always that's my first question to my wife in the morning.
What's for dinner?
What do you want for dinner?
Oh, wow.
Baby.
That's cool.
Coge nota.
Yeah, baby, you know, because I love to cook.
Hey, during Corona, I'm taking a break, bro.
Yeah, as long as it's jackrabbit, you get whatever you want.
Hey, it's all good. It tastes like chicken.
But I'm learning different kinds of beans right now and how to cook them, you know, because they go with everything. Yeah, my daughter, who's 28 now, my youngest daughter, is she's going to either Oaxaca or Mexico City to take cooking classes.
Wow.
She's a really good chef, and so she wants to kind of fill up her knowledge with that, you know. So
that's gonna be cool.
All these millennials know how to cook, or you know,
yeah,
it's interesting to watch that, you know. But all cultures, she cooks Japanese as well as she cooks Latino food. You know, so,
wow, our son cooks a lot like that.
Yeah,
does he?
Yeah, he's a great cook. Better than oh my God, it is a millennial thing, I think.
I think it is, you know, because they're influenced by cultures from all around the world. She cooks, you know, she basically shops at an Asian market.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Echo Park in LA. So she has all these things. But I'm gonna learn how to make tortillas by hand.
Yeah.
Because I saw my grandmother make them every day. Every day she made tortillas. Every day, you know. And I watched her. Okay, I know the technique of doing it. I just don't know the recipe for the masas, but I'll learn.
Google.
I love that stuff. Love it.
Yeah. I got to get a big griddle. You know? No, you get a griddle that big to make those big tortillas.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, it's so good, man.
That's gonna be so good.
There was my grandmother was one of 4 daughters, and they were really competitive with each other, and they had a contest who could make the biggest tortillas. And the one who won of the 4 girls was my Aunt Mary, who had gotten her arm blown off in an accident.
Wow.
And she had like a, you know, just right below the elbows, but she made the biggest ones. Hung them over her arm and pulled them down. Wow, that's amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. I watched her do it. This is magic. I'm gonna learn how to do that someday.
You have to go like this, though.
Yeah, exactly. But she had this little stuff that she could. I know.
She had it down pat.
She had it down pat, man. It's amazing the way what you learn doing that, man.
Yeah, we do one of our other hats we wear is we're the owners and creators of the International Cuban Sandwich Festival.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and one of our winners from the world's best Cuban sandwich about a year ago was Los Cochinitos. Cochinitos.
Oh, yeah?
In LA. Yeah.
Where are they from?
They're from LA, but they're Cuban.
Ah, yeah.
And we had South Koreans come, and they won France, London. Yeah, it's great. We do it in Ybor City, Tampa. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I mean,
Yeah.
that first time I took a bite into a Popeye's chicken sandwich, says this is kind of Cuban-ish, and it has a pickle in the middle. We could make this happen, you know.
Yeah. You could do that with Jackrabbit. Big old Jackrabbit sandwich.
That's a nice.
There you go. That's going Jackrabbit jerky sandwiches.
There
I
you
think
go.
you're onto
A
something.
jerk Cuban. A jerk
A
Cuban.
jerk jack.
It's got to have a pickle in it, though.
Yeah, yeah. So who's always been your hero and inspiration all your life? Who's been?
My ultimate hero, but his ultimate hero is Muhammad Ali.
Ah, yeah.
He was always been my hero. I met him a couple times. He signed my draft card.
Wow.
You know,
That's crazy.
there was a big rally in Los Angeles, right in the middle of it. I was in college, and I was part of the draft resistance movement.
Wow.
And so he was right after he won the heavyweight championship for the first time, and he was speaking at this rally, and it was a big deal. It was a big deal in LA, and he came out, and he was young, really young. And he wore a brown suit with a bow tie, and he was the most physically impressive person I'd ever seen in my life.
Nice.
I mean, because he's big, you know, he's like 6'3" maybe, and he was like and he was really handsome and the peak of his, and I handed him up my draft card, and he signed it, M. Ali. You know, so that was like, and then I met him. He came to the premiere of Tin Cup when it was showing in Louisville, and but just the bravery and the courage that he took in addressing the Vietnam War from his position as world heavyweight champion, that he put his title in jeopardy, which he, got, taken away from him at the peak of his career.
Yeah.
At the peak of his career, the fillet of his physical prowess was taken away.
That's
but
true.
He really stood up for those principles, and he was the best boxer in the history of the world.
Oh yeah, hands down.
And funny, and I just like it was like, I mean, he was still to this day he was my hero. I don't know anybody who's put their whole life on the line like that.
Yeah. That's true.
So I was really Muhammad Ali, man. Shooey.
Yeah, he was amazing. He was an amazing boxer.
Yeah.
So that's it. We're done with the interview, and
cool.
This has been a great. We've had a great time with you, man.
I mean, I'm sorry it took so long, but
no, we got it. Well,
I just can't do technology, man.
I know it's overwhelming, man, and the aliens keep changing it.
They keep changing it. What are you just,
it's like,
yeah, just I don't even, I get assistants to do it now.
Yeah, it's better that way.
I don't got to learn all this shit. I just get, hey, assistant, this.
That's true.
That's true. Yeah,
well, we wanted to ask you if it's okay if we say a prayer for you, and we can get done, and
please.
Thank you so much for being on here with us. We always enjoyed talking to you, and
well, thank you very much.
When you come out with the museum, and when that gets done, and then whatever else you're doing, please let us know.
In
Brenda
fall
has
of next year.
Thank
you. The CHEECH, and it's called the CHEECH. The CHEECH opens up in Riverside, California. It's the very first Chicano museum.
Oh,
and
wow.
I think I'm working on this theory that the Chicano School of Painting is the most important school of painting in the history of this country.
Yes.
And I got all the paintings and the history to back it up. So
That's
going to
awesome.
See how that blends.
Oh, I can't wait. We'll probably take a trip over there, definitely, for that.
Please do. You're all invited.
I'll bring you some cigars and Cuban sandwiches.
Que bueno, man. I'll supply the pickles, just so.
Okay, that's fine.
Guarantee their freshness.
Yeah, kosher dill.
All right.
All right, we're gonna pray for you right now.
Thank you very much.
All right, Heavenly Father, we just come to you right now in the name of Jesus. I just pray over my brother Cheech right now, and I ask, Father God, just keep him in health, and his wife and his family, Lord. Bless his children. Bless them always in provision and favor. Keep them safe and healthy. And I ask, Father, that you open the doors for him that you want open, close the doors that you don't want open, Father. Always guide him in all things and ideas and all things, and bless his hands and bless the hands of his children and his children's children. We thank you for his work, Lord, and all that he's done for people and helping people as well. And we bless him in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you, Cheech. We love you, man.
Thank you
you
so much. We love you.
Thank
We're
you.
here for you whenever you need us.
Thank you very much.
All right. God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Que te vaya bien.
Ay, Dios te bendiga.